Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you're warmly welcome. And thank you so much for joining me today as we make some delicious Jamaican brown stew chicken. Come along guys and let's get started. If you've been here for a while, you already know that I like to prep my ingredients before I start cooking. So today that is exactly what I have set out in front of me. I have my veggies and this recipe calls for a lot of spices. So guys, be sure to check the description box below so that you know all the spices that I used in this recipe. Alright, I'm getting started with my chicken. I'm using chicken thighs and I have washed it with a bit of vinegar, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my spices. I saw this recipe on a fellow YouTuber and sister's page, Bee'sKitchen. I will put a link to her YouTube channel in the description box as well. But this thing has been haunting me since I saw it. I've never made it before, but I decided to film it when I started making it because I've tried a few of her recipes and they're so simple to follow that I knew that this would be a hit as well. Now, the one thing that I had difficulty finding was pimento or allspice, and so Google to the rescue. If you use a combination of cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves, you get an amazing substitute. And for the browning sauce that I had just put in, guys, you can find it in a lot of supermarkets in Ghana and also in the baking shops. So the shops, even in the market that sell flour and icing sugar and all of those, you can find it there quite easily and they know exactly what it is because it's actually used in baking as well and in fruit cakes. So now that I have a bulk of my spices going in, yes, I did use quite a bit of black pepper, just like the recipe said, and I love my black pepper anyway, so I made sure that I did not skimp on it at all. But now that all of that has gone in, I'm going to give it a nice stir. You can use your hands if it is easier for you. Just make sure that if you're not using gloves, that you give your hands a really good wash after, just so that you do not contaminate anything else that you touch after handling raw chicken. And then now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my veggies, starting with some onions. You can slice it or dice it, personal preference, so do it however you deem appropriate. And I have some yellow bell peppers as well going in, and I did not add any red bell peppers, but you can if you'd like. And then now I am adding tomatoes and also some green bell peppers. And the recipe also called for some spring onions, so I cut some of that up and added it in there. And I have some chopped garlic and of course some habanero or Scotch bonnet pepper. This is super spicy, so of course you want to adjust it to your preference. So if you don't like spicy food, use less. But if you're like me and you love your pepper, be sure to add more. After giving it a really good toss, now you can cover it up with some cling film. And for mine, I allowed it to marinate overnight in the fridge. But like Bee mentioned in her video, if you do not have the time, you can marinate it for about 2 hours and you will still get quite a nice flavor. Guys, after the 24-hour mark, our chicken was very nicely marinated, and what I went ahead to do was separate the chicken itself from the vegetables and the extra seasoning that I have. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm trying to get as much of the vegetables off the chicken as possible because we're going to cook it separately. Once I have the chicken out, there is a quick sauce that we're going to be using for the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and add about half a teaspoon of browning sauce and about 6 tablespoons of ketchup. And I'm going to stir it together and set it aside and start cooking my chicken on high heat. And we're not fully cooking the chicken. We're just trying to get a nice char on it. So that's exactly what's gonna happen here. Now, one thing that was mentioned was that you do want to watch the amount of browning sauce that you use in your sauce because it can leave a bitter aftertaste. So make sure you don't go overboard with it. So I'm just starting to turn my chicken just to get it nice and brown on all sides. And once that is done, we can keep going on with our sauce. And my loves, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please be sure to hit on that subscribe button right away. And also make sure that you turn on your post notifications so that you know when I upload more amazing videos. Alright, so now my chicken is nice and done. Well, nice and brown. It's not fully cooked, but we're gonna get it out of the pan and then we're going to get started on the vegetables. So once I got it all out, I realized that my pan was a little too dark and it had some onions in it that had burnt. I didn't want it too bitter. So what I did was just take the oil and put it into a different pan. It still has all the flavor from the other pot, and now I'm going to add my vegetables and allow it to saute for about a minute or two. So you don't want to cook it too much either. You just want to get it nice and cooked, but with still a little bit of bite because this is going to continue cooking for quite some time. Now guys, I did put quite a bit of Scotch bonnet pepper in it when I was seasoning it, but I felt like it needed a little bit more. So I am just quickly cutting some up just to up the spice a bit. But of course, you are free to eliminate this step if you do not like really spicy food. Alright, so guys, the sauce that we made earlier, what I did was I've added about a cup of water into it just to loosen it up, and I'm adding that to the veggies right now. And I ended up rinsing the bowl as well and added a little bit more. So in total, about a cup and a quarter or about a cup and a half. But of course, you can use more or less. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my chicken into my stew. So the chicken went in, I went ahead to scrape the plate that I put the chicken on because those juices on that plate is packed with flavor as well. So I need to get it all back into my stew. And at this point, the brown stewed chicken is smelling amazing, and it is definitely bringing back a lot of memories from high school when we used to go to the Jamaican restaurants to buy some Jamaican food after school. This looks amazing and it tasted even better, trust me. So guys, what has happened here, I covered it up, allowed it to cook for about 10 minutes. I'm giving it a quick little stir and then I'm going to cover it up again and allow it to simmer for about another 10 to 15 minutes. Cooking it for a long time ensures that you thicken up your stew and that the chicken will be nice and juicy and tender and just fall off the bone. And guys, this is looking so amazing, and today I'm going to have it with a bit of plain rice. And of course, after I filmed this and ate the first portion of it, I saw that she had also uploaded some steamed cabbage, so I'm definitely going to be trying that with my leftovers as well. But guys, this looks amazing and it tastes so delicious. If you've never tried it, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do so. And my loves, that is it. Our meal is ready to be served, and of course you are invited. Thank you so much guys for coming along with me on this delicious journey, and I will see y'all again very soon. Take care guys. Bye.